Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another review. And I'm doing another top 10 list. The last one I did was my top favorite Disney films. Well, I'm here to talk about another top favorite list of animated films that are not made by Disney. You know, I know what they're DreamWorks animation films like those, and I'm gonna say that for another video. I'll do a top 10 list of my favorite DreamWorks animated films for another video. But I'm gonna do a list of other animated films that are not made by Disney. Like which I'll get to. So, oh, and for one thing, gotta change a poster since I did my review of my favorite Disney films, and I said one of my top three is Dinosaur. And I decided to hang that up. You can get a little better look right there. So yeah, so there's a little change in posters. So that's gonna be up there for a while. So um, let's get into my top 10. The list of I will call this I would say other animated films. I would say non-Disney animated films. So I guess you can say I'll say that. So starting with number 10. Number 10, I'm going starting off is Happy Feet. Happy Feet. The stars the voices of Elijah Wood, Robin Williams, Brittany Murphy, Hugh Jackman, Hugo Weaving, and Nicole Kidman. Really like the animated film, released in 2006, and then in 2011 they made a sequel, which I'll start new other voices like Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Hank Azaria. But the second one I thought was okay, but the first one I like more though. Um, and this is directed by George Miller, who directed although he directed a sequel, but he directed the Mad Max films, and also Babe, the talking pig. He directed both both those films, the Mad Max films. He also made these two films here. But I like Babe, the first film, because the film was nominated for Best Picture. But I like this film a lot, because it has a good talented voice cast, and I like how the sing-alongs, and all that, and mixture. Even though well, towards the end they use live action people though, but still, it's like towards the end those you can't really tell it throughout the entire film. But number 10, I would say, is Happy Feet, and I really did enjoy this film, and I'll say again, I'll give all these separate reviews when so one at a time. Well, I did for two of them, so actually for three of them. So, but three of them you already know, which I did reviews on, but I'll get to them though. So number 10, Happy Feet, really do enjoy it. So that's number 10. Number 9 is this one is a sequel. I think it's better than the first one. It's part of a trilogy though. But I was consider the second one my favorite in the franchise. And this is also another TV show that I also liked. And Rugrats in Paris, the movie. Which is another TV show I grew up with the Rugrats. Another classic kids TV show. And the first film was alright. Then came the second film, I think, which I liked a lot, which I liked more. And I think it's better than the thing. I think it's better than the first one. And then came the third one, Go Wild, where they do the crossover with Rugrats and the Wild Thornberrys. And Bruce Willis voices Spike, you know, in number 3, you know, which I thought was a good point in that third one. But the one I like the second, but I like the most is the second one where they go to Paris, you know, and then they introduce another Rugrat, Kimmy, you know. Um, but and there's also this film that received more positive reviews than the two other films, you know. So, and Roger Ebert, you know, gave this a thumbs up, you know, so they're calling it bright and funny, you know, which says right there. And and also among other voices, cast Susan Sarandon plays a villain, you know, as Coca, you know. So Coco, I think that's what her name is. Forget again, but that's why I would consider the second one the best in the series, and I still a favorite of mine of the franchise. So this is number 9, Rugrats in Paris, the movie, and kind of coming to number 8. Another well made animated film. Another film I enjoy a lot. Rango. Rango is stars Johnny Depp as the character Rango, and Gore Verbinski, who directed the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean films, you know, and of course the Lone Ranger. But I think this is another beautifully animated, you know, animated film. One of the among more good voice casting. And the budget was put to good use because it almost like almost realistic, really. But how the way the film looks, you know, looks like it's like a real life, you know. But of course it's not though. But I think it's I think it's also funny and entertaining, you know. Johnny Depp, real good as a Rango. Roger Ebert also gave this 4 stars as well. It says in the back, 4 stars. Funny moments. Everything I would say. I think it's a film I can hardly see any problems with, though. So I would say yeah. So also because it also won the Academy Award for our Best Animated Feature Film. So which I think it deserves. Funniest movie of the year. I think it's one of the funniest. But what I like most is how beautifully animated the film looks, you know, with all the animals and the atmosphere, you know. So Rango, and I'll also give this this film a review, so another time. So Rango, plus also saying that also they got the praise and fans and critics like the film a lot, so that says a lot about it, you know. So Rango, well made animated feature film. So this is number 8. Now number 7, I'm holding up the first film, but I also I'm holding this to represent the whole franchise though, and which I always like the franchise, Ice Age. This is the first one. I like the first one, and I also enjoyed the other sequels as well. I would say my favorite sequel is was the latest one, the 4th one, the Continental Drift. And I also heard that there was talks of a 5th one. I think there was supposed to things coming out like 2016. I think. Of course, I thought surely all the original voice cast: Ray Romano as Manny, John Leguizamo as Sid, and Dennis Leary as Diego, and Queen Latifah as Ellie. And of course, one of the highlights of the franchise, of course, Scrat, him and his acorns, his obsessive with acorns. And I always enjoy the series, you know. So hopefully that the sequel, the 5th sequel will come out soon, and hopefully I'll like that as well. All the voice cast do a good job, you know, throughout the entire series, especially the main 3, Ray Romano, Dennis Leary, and John Leguizamo. So, um, any problems I have found with it? No, not much. The first one, well, of course, the reception has gone downhill ever since the first one. The first one got the most praise. The second one mixed to positive. Then the third one got mixed. Within the second, the fourth one was mixed to negative. So the reception has gone downhill since the first film though. But that's a critic's opinion. But in my opinion, I enjoy the whole series. So this is the first one here I represent as number 7, but I also represent the whole franchise. So Ice Age do enjoy the first film and the sequels. And on number 6, number 6, I reviewed this film already. If you haven't seen it, check out my review of it. Epic. This is another film that was made from the creators of Ice Age. 20th Century Fox Animation. And which they also made Rio in the sequel as well. But that's Rio and in the sequel is not on my list though. But I do enjoy Rio and Rio 2 as well. But that's not on my list though. So, but Epic I would say is another wonderfully animated film. How the creators of Ice Age how they made the look of the film almost look like the same thing I said for Rango. How the way the film looks, how the way the creatures of the forest, how the way they look, more good voice casting. So you've got Colin Farrell, Josh Hutcherson, Amanda Seyfried, and Christoph Waltz. Other voices: Steven Tyler and Beyonce Knowles. Good score by Danny Elfman. The way the film looks, how the way the creatures move the forest, how they hide themselves, look represented as real plants, but really they're really alive, Just how the characters, and just the way that it looks. What mostly gets me how the way the film looks, And for a good budget, it was really used well, So the creators of Ice Age know how to make these well animated films, So like I said, I'm talking not too much about this one because I already did a review of this. So if you haven't seen it, check out my review of Epic. So that's also one of my favorite films, 2013. So that's Epic number 6. Number 5 is well, I'll stop right here because I have to cut into 2 parts because how the way I talk it takes too long, So I'll stop here and get into the second part here. So thanks for watching for watching part 1 and stay tuned for part 2.